Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Yes, I'm back today with another announcement, and this is a rather huge announcement. So I hope you guys tune in and share this with all of your fellow friends that are in the EIDL Targeted Advanced Grant Program because grants are being declined. Let's get you caught up on all of the events. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Edward Bilder. To all my loyal subscribers out there, welcome back for another video. And if you are joining us for the first time today, welcome. Consider becoming a subscriber. I'm a bit heated up on this particular video because I am extremely surprised to see these denials coming back. And I'm going to dive into the denials here in just a minute. But I want to start out with just some general announcements. Maybe it'll help calm me down a little bit so I could help calm all of you down a bit. So let me start out with some general announcements because the grant process is progressing forward. The SBA has gone and hired contractors, these 1099 contractors, and they've all been issued cell phones, and that's how they're issuing you these calls. Okay, so you may expect a phone call from a 202 area code, which is the Washington D.C. area code, or perhaps a phone call from a 1-800 number that is issued out of Texas. And these calls are being made to request additional information. They might just be verifying the last 4 digits of your social and to verify your identity. They are also sending emails out requesting front and back of your driver's license and some other verification information to progress you forward inside the EIDL process. Now, some of you may notice that the portal has been updated. You see those 2 new sections there that are included in the portal. And if you see this in your Targeted Advanced Grant portal, you can now track the status of whether or not this verification has been performed. You see it show up as a task, and whether or not the funding is being transferred to you. So you could kind of track that as well. Okay, so you see those two new things that showed up on the portal. That is a good sign because it'll take away a lot of the urge to want to pick up the phone and call to whether or not to know whether or not where you are in that official process here. So that is a good sign. Now, I did mention that there are declines going out for targeted advanced grants, and it's very upsetting. So let's get straight into the news on this one. Okay, I'm going to shift over to whether or not you were declined for your targeted advanced grant. And I mean, the first one here, reason for being declined, and maybe the first 2 reasons for being declined may make a little bit of sense. Okay, may make a little bit of sense. All right, and that is, I've seen declines so far that the bank account is not matching and you did not meet the 30% reduction in gross receipts. Now, the bank account not matching, that's pretty easily solvable. Before you file, if your bank account changed, call the SBA before you send in your targeted advanced grant application and change the bank account information with the SBA first. Do that first. Don't let them figure out that the bank account has suddenly changed, because once they see that value is changed, they're going to deny you, and the denial does not have any appeal process. There is no reconsideration for this. All right, so matching your data as it says in the application is very key and very important. Addresses have to line up. I made a whole video on this, very big video on this, that gave you guys detailed information. You can check the video right here to make sure that your data matches. If you had a keystroke go wrong, that could trigger a denial because it couldn't verify some piece of information. All right, so that makes a little bit of sense. Not so much sense if it's just a simple keystroke error. You can't go back and fix that. That's just crazy to me if you want to get down to it. Okay, now I did hear of people being denied because they also put a 0 in for employees instead of the number 1. So I did hear that as well. Another one that I think is a little crazy. But that 30% reduction in gross receipts, that's spelled out in the law. Okay, so I can see being declined if you did not have the 30% reduction in gross receipts. I have a walkthrough here on the 30% reduction in gross receipts. Go check this video out before you send in your application, because if you don't have the reduction in gross receipts, you will be declined. You'll be denied for the targeted advanced grant to receive the balance of your $10,000. Now this next one here is the upsetting one, very upsetting one, okay? Because it's not necessarily your fault. There's nothing that you did wrong that triggered this denial of the $10,000. And it's being called unverifiable info. And so if you look at the unverifiable info, you'll notice that your transcript is showing up to the SBA with all zeros in it instead of having the data that's on your 2019 taxes. And that's because you are stuck in the backlog with the IRS. What? Right? So if you recall, the IRS just extended the deadline out to May 17th. And as we're digging into this further, it's because the IRS has a 24 million tax filing backlog from everybody from 2020. 24 million individuals are backlogged. That's insane. That's insane. And, you know, for the million or so of you that are qualifying for the targeted advance grants, that's just nuts. This could result in 50, 60, 70% of you having this problem, having this same exact problem. And if you think about it, a backlog from 2020 means that your 2019 taxes have not been done. You sent your information into the IRS, and that's where it ended. It stopped there, and they have to continue the processing in order to get that transcript on file to send it over to the SBA. This is just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I could imagine Jason McEllen right now is probably screaming, or maybe he'll watch this video and he'll start screaming. I don't know, but this is not a good thing. So here's a couple things you can do. All right, and you know, this is something that Isabel Guzman should be really looking into, and this is something that Ben Cardin should really be looking into. All right, so hashtag and tag all of your senators. They need to get this fixed. This is a big problem, huge problem, because it's not your fault. You're getting a decline letter. You can't even go and appeal it, and that's it. You're out of the consideration when you qualify for the $10,000, the full balance of it. This is just unbelievable. So here's something you could do, okay? I recommend you request your own transcript before you send in the application, before you send in your 4506T to the SBA for them to go and pull it. I suggest you go and do it yourself and have it sent to yourself first to see if it comes back with all zeros. I would tell you to call the IRS to get this corrected, but I don't think it's possible. I don't think you could call the IRS and say, hey, by the way, I'm in backlog and I'm trying to get my targeted advance grant over there at the SBA, and yeah, could you process that maybe so that we could get this fixed and I could get approved for the balance of my 10K? They're probably going to be on the phone like, I'm sorry, who? You want me to do what? No, yeah, I can't do that for you. Like, I can't believe this one. This one's a big one. So yeah, I wish I had better news to report on this one, but this could be a real big problem. So this is going to be a tag your senators and congressmen and women to get this resolved. Isabel Guzman should really be digging into this one. This is a huge oversight that they missed. The fact that there's a giant, massive backlog out there at the IRS, and that your transcripts could show up all blank with zeros, and it automatically disqualifies you. Just insane. Okay. Now, people are receiving these disqualifications over emails. They're getting the letters, and they're also getting phone calls to these disqualifications. So just be anticipating a phone call or an email, and you'll see it inside of your portal. So if you like the research I've done here on this channel, this is going to be the one you want to smash the like button on, okay, and share this with all of your friends. Share this with every human that you know who received a targeted advance grant or possibly can be receiving a targeted advance grant, to make sure they check their own transcripts. Don't trust that the date is there. Just don't trust it's there. Check your own transcript before you submit your application. So I normally close out my videos by asking you to swing by the description and check out Webull and get yourself those 2 free stocks. But you know, maybe it might be the best part of your day is getting yourself 2 free stocks. I don't know. I know this message isn't going to reach people very well, and you got to be very careful when you're filling out that application. to send into the SBA for your targeted advance grant. So if you want, swing by the description, check out Webull. If not, you don't have to. You could also find me on Instagram, and if you need further assistance outside of my free content here on YouTube, you can find me pinned in the top comment for a one-on-one consultation phone call. I wish you all the best. I wish you all well, and I wish I had better news to bring you today. But I will catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.